Hi, and welcome back to our Squad Leader tutorial series. While we enjoy going through plan lessons, it is also fun and important to help our viewers with questions they might have about ASL in particular. One of our viewers asked a question about area fire and collateral damage when more than one unit is in the target area. After some research, the best way to answer this question was with an example. In the picture below, it is the German prep fire phase. The 81mm mortar is going to prep fire at the Russian units 4 hexes away. The German player will need a 7 or less to hit the units 4 hexes away. His hit roll is a 6 as shown. The color die is a 2, so it has maintained rate. Now mortars use area fire to attack, so while the 81mm column would normally be on the 16 firepower column, it is halved to 8 for being area fire. Several things come into play here, and one dice roll will affect the entire stack. First, let's address the AFV. To see if this AFV gets damaged by the mortar, we have to refer to table C 1.55. On this table we see that the AFV will receive a -1 DRM because all of its armor factors are less than 4. In the event that the tank is not destroyed by the mortar attack, the crew exposed tank crew will get hit on the 8 column of the IFT with a +2 DRM for being crew exposed. The infantry in the hex will receive a +1 dice roll modifier for having a friendly AFV in the same hex. On the IFT roll, the German player rolls a 6. First, this has no effect on the tank, because for the mortar to have an effect on the tank, the final IFT roll has to be a KA, a K/ result, or a 1 above a K/ result. On the 8 column, the final IFT roll would have to be a 4 or less to affect the tank itself. Even with the -1 DRM to the roll because of the tank's weak armor, the result is still too high. Since the tank was not destroyed, the crew exposed crew get hit by that same 6 dice roll, but they receive a +2 DRM to the roll because they were crew exposed. So they will have to undergo a normal morale check on the 8 column. 6 + 2 = 8. Finally, the 447 squad, who was near the tank, will receive a +1 DRM for the tank, for a total of 7 on the IFP column for a 1 morale check. The crew rolls a 6 and passes its morale check. The squad, on the other hand, rolls a 9 on its morale check and breaks in the hex. The last thing that happens is that a large acquired sticker is placed on the Russian stack. Now the mortar maintained rate, so the German player elects to fire at the Russian stack again. This time he rolls the 8 shown with red 5 and a white 3. On the IFT result, however, he rolls a 4. Let's go to the tank first. This time the 4 is modified down to a 3, which is a K/2 result on the 8 column of the IFT. Since the red die roll was a 5, which means the tank was hit in the hull, it is immobilized in the hex. The crew has to undergo a 2 morale check because the 3 receives a +2 DRM being crew exposed, resulting in a 5 on the 8 column of the IFT. The infantry are hit with a 2 morale check because the squad receives only a +1 TEM benefit by the tank being in its hex. The crew passes the immobilization task check and stays in the tank, but on the morale check of 2, they roll a 7 and break. So now, the tank is immobilized and a small stun is placed on top. If the crew had suffered a 12 result on the morale check, they would have been subject to recall, because crews that cash reduce or suffer a 1 sniper result are subject to recall. The broken squad rolled a 4 on its 2 morale check and stays unchanged. The mortar is placed under a prep fire sticker, the large acquired sticker is switched to the double acquired side, and the German continues prep fire in other areas. This leads to a quick discussion on collateral damage. There are 2 types of collateral damage, general and specific. Specific collateral damage occurs when the tank or AV is subject to a successful 2-hit attempt on the vehicle target type, but the vehicle is not destroyed. For example, a flamethrower tank DC attack or an HE attack while the crew is exposed, or there are riders or passengers. A general collateral attack will hit any vulnerable passengers, riders, and crew in the hex along with any other occupants of the target hex. This example shown was a general collateral attack. This concludes our discussion on indirect fire on different target types in the same hex as well as collateral damage. I hope you found this video helpful and enjoyable. Please remember that this and all our videos are meant to be an introduction to give you enough confidence to dive in and have some fun playing this great game. The best way to learn this game is to play and don't worry about making mistakes. Perhaps learn from a more experienced player and go to one of the many tournaments around the country, like the New York State ASL Championships in Albany, New York, and Little Rista at Boxborough, Massachusetts. If you like this and our other videos, like us on YouTube and subscribe to our channel. If you have any thoughts, questions, or suggestions, you can contact us at jdhobbies@live.com, at www.antoinetteshobbies.com, and you can find us on Google at J&D Hobbies Massapequa Park. Like always, thanks for watching.